Hello everybody. Power strokes tonight, today, this day. Longer session than probably normal, although the ratings are quite low, so we're really just looking at that power, the power of the power stroke, okay? So yes, it's a lot of loading, so let's be careful about it, about our application. It's really getting that focus around the front and really feeling that drive that we get, that we're feeling the feet, we're feeling the hands, we're feeling that back, and we're really getting that sort of, we'll feel like it's really sort of quite powerful, like we're lifting a real heavy stroke every single time from the front, okay? And then we have to make sure that we bring that through, that the back actually does start coming through with the legs. But yeah, just be careful of the loading. As I say, like I've always got sort of 40 to 50 drag on here. Hopefully we can get that depending on what you've been training on. If you do train quite high anyway, then just go as max as you can. And yeah, we're just looking for the power per stroke. This is a strength building in a rowing motion, okay? That's what you got to remember, and that's what I harp on about all the time, is that we're building a strength for the rowing stroke. Okay, so this isn't building a strength for anything else. This is just getting the back used to it, the arms, the legs used to a real heavy motion, but we're doing the rowing stroke, okay? And so that makes us better at rowing. Pretty plain and simple, okay? So tonight, 4/8 power strokes. We're just breaking it up. Hopefully you can see that from there. The first one, we're just going to go 2-4-2 in time, and we just do 18, 20, 22. The second set will be 20 and 22. We split it in half. Then the third one, just 2 minutes at each, 18, 20, 22, 24. Then we go back to our normal drag. So we're doing 3 hard, 1 easy. And then that one's just at 20, 22, 24, 26. And so that's just feeling the speed and the acceleration. So quite low rate in that. We're not going really high like we have in the past. But as I say, these are a little bit longer in pieces. 8 minutes of continuous load that whole time. Okay, so good warm up. Done mine. Got my drag to where I need it. As I say, as you probably already know, I've said it many times, I 130 it. So I'm up above 180, which is perfect for this. So that's up around that 8-ish, top of the 8 mark for me on my machine. I probably need to give it a clean. So have a look at what you're doing, have a look at your normal drag, and just go up from that 40 to 50, okay? Have a look after the first set, and I'll talk about it when we've done it. If it feels really, really heavy, then just bring it back a peg, okay? But the idea is that we have more load on it than we normally do. This is, even though this is probably, 40% more load, it is what we're sort of looking for, to have that more load. Obviously we can't double the load, but we probably wouldn't want to do that anyway because it's a bit crazy. So this is like a perfect medium for that. Okay, right, let's rip into it, man. Yes, and the Concept 2 new mount is going pretty bloody well, I have to say. It's pretty good. I'd like to see it a little bit higher, but we're going to play around with it as we go through. So we're just going to intervals variable again, as we intervals time, as we do most of our stuff on that. Intervals time 8, and then 3 minutes rest. So we've got plenty of rest. First one will feel like pretty okay. And then after that, we might be like, we need a little bit more time, but we're not going to. So it gives us a good intent, okay? We get a good intent while we're doing this. A good intent of our power, of our stroke, of the hang, of the leg drive, in that position. Just remember that we're loading in the rowing position, which is what we need to build up. If we do it on the rowing machine, For anyone that's out there on the water, this is great for you. For anyone that's just using the row machine, it's great for you as well. The water stuff, this translates to being what you can do on the water if you're doing power strokes on the water. And if you're using the erg as your fitness tool, which I am, and obviously you guys are as well, same thing, it just builds that little bit more strength. You know, your body just adapts and goes, oh, okay, I know this. And because we've done them before, it's probably sitting there going, oh, okay, great, you're doing a bit more bloody power strokes again. So that the body gets into that routine. It builds the muscle, it builds the stamina for what we need it to be doing, which is the stuff which we translate to taking into our normal stuff, our fast speed stuff, everything. Okay, so let us rock and roll. So set the time, ready to go. Better turn my erg data on. There we go. 8 minutes. Okay, first 2 minutes at 18 rating. So very powerful. Here we go. Are you ready? Row. Yeah, feel the push. Feel that connection. Long arms. Feel that push. Hanging long. And that stretch. Good. Changing. Some more. Move the hand. Sitting tall. Good. Feel the hang. Lower back. Breathe. Feel the stretch. Load. Good carry. Sitting back. Feel the weight. Press. Push the body back. Good. Feel the hands move. Still feeling the weight on the draw and change. Up 2. Still got to get them away. Nice. Good power. Building power. Building muscle. Listen to the flywheel. Nice. Around the front. Do a pack up. Seat. Elastic length. Nice. One solid push. All the way. Good. Nice and solid. Yeah, really good. So have a check. How'd that feel? You know, on the backs, on the drive. Should really get a good idea. And these are a great worker to chuck on your force curve. So second button down on the right.
brings up your force curve, right? So it's a really good one to look and see if you get a really smooth curve, okay? Don't worry too much about if the peak's at the front end or the back end yet, okay? We can work on that, but if it gets some jaggers in it, it means that the connection between like the legs coming through in the back, there's like a disconnect, you know, or towards the end, there's a bit of a pull with the arms, and so you see the, instead of seeing a nice smooth worm, you see some sort of jolts here and there, okay? So maybe for this one, have a look at that. And just see what you can produce, okay? Just see if you can get a nice smooth, like round, or as I say, just a nice smooth line, whether you're front-ended or back-ended with the peak. The other part too is we don't want like a massive peak and then it drops off. We want to try and create a really long curve, like a hemisphere. Hemisphere, well, ultimately a box is the perfect one, but as close to a hemisphere or a bell as we can possibly get. More a hemisphere than a bell, because a bell means we're missing the front a little bit and missing the back, but if you know what I mean, we're trying to get a nice rounded curve, okay? And if you're working on watts, or you're working on calories, or you're working average split, whatever it might be, just try and keep it consistent. You know, that's all we want to try and do is get into a groove, sit on a consistent speed, consistent rhythm, or consistent number, and then hold that for the period of time. And when we have to go up, we go a little bit quicker, a little bit faster, with the hands, all that sort of movement, and we're getting some good benefit, a good change. Okay, so start to firm. This is just split halfway down the middle. Yep. 20 rate, and then 22. So 20. So if you switch to that force curve, look for something smooth. See if it looks jagged. That means we're losing the pressure on the handle at some point. Then figure out where that is. Make a change. Is it the hang? Is it the back? Are my legs shooting too much at the front? So good pressure. Feel the weight. Hanging long. Front turn. Good. Under the armpits. Feel the hang. Good working zone. Working those muscles. The resistance. Good speed per stroke. Solid. Swing. Looking to change. Now, good time. We can do a longer, stronger push. Move the hands. Sitting tall. Stretch. Nice. Feel the rhythm. Elastic length. Feel the stretch. Chain draws us. Feel the core. Breathing. Nice. Keep hanging. Both feet. Armpits. Long hand. Out of the shoulders. Good. Really feeling that load. Now, the more we do these, I want to do them every day, a couple of times a week, possibly. That's where we build that hanging muscle with the power in that rowing specific movement. Okay? So good focus on those ones. This one, we just go up to every 2 minutes. So a little bit less time to think about getting into a rhythm. So we want to be into that rhythm on that rate pretty quickly. Once we're there, really hang into it, okay? I implore you to just hang. Feel how long you can leave the arms out there like that before they come in. You know, feel that connection. The hands, lower back, and the feet, they're all in unison. Those three parts, it's like a big staple. You know, we're just holding that before it whips open. It comes through from the hips. You know, we get that stretch through here that's pivoting nice and relaxed. And then it opens up the opposite way. So, you know, anything you see around technique is what you do one way, you do the other. And that's exactly right, the same movements, trying to get the same patterns. Obviously, in my theory, we're not really ripping it back like that to come forward. You know, whereas we're doing that quite a bit, we're just naturally flowing out of the bow, around, and the arms are getting straight through there. Okay, not too straight and then come forward. I find that makes too much other stuff rigid. We want to be 90 to 95% there, and then the last bit's just that shoulder rotation there, okay, without getting to the front and going and reaching, okay? I didn't have a drink. So, here we go. Starting to firm a little bit. 2 minutes at each change. Starting at 18, going to 24. Here we go. Now. Good push. Straight on the rhythm. We've got time to feel a stretch and set forward. Good. Good push. Feeling solid. Core. Resistance against the hands. Arms out of the socket. All right, push. Up 2. Now, For more speed. Good. And acceleration. Cruising forward. Nice. Feet around the front. Good flow. Tall. Feel the rhythm. Feel the power. And change. A little bit more. Good. Rhythm. Solid push. Sit forward. Sit tall. Hang. Three minutes. Good speed. Push. Load. Press. Hands come to us. Breathe. Moving. Now, acceleration. Got to work for this. Got to give it more. We don't really get acceleration. We're going to push. Hang. Good. Tall. Front. Yeah. Hang. Both feet. Good carry. Body weight. Dry. 10 seconds. Nice. Keep it moving. Wow, looking pretty hard. Nice. Breathe it in. Know that because of the time we've done, that 24, because it's long and strong, there's not the acceleration. It gives us that momentum. So we've got to create it a bit ourselves. So pedal it out to this minute marker. Then we'll switch our damper down again. Put the drag factor down. So hopefully you remembered where it is, or might be a bit of a miss, hit and miss. So this is going to feel really strange in these first couple of minutes because you might struggle to hit the numbers that you were hitting previously because that was really power based, so we're just using a lot of power. Whereas now we're back into the acceleration, speed of the legs and speed of the body. So these first couple of sets, first couple of parts of the set, the 20 and the 22, you might be like, man, it feels so fast, so light, and I feel like I'm missing the front. I don't have the load around here. Okay, so that's going to be our focus, is the change in direction, the pick up pressure and speed, and then a flow forward. It always feels different coming off that power and going back into normal pressure, normal drag and resistance. So this is just those 4 steps again: 20, 22, 24, 26, okay? Just move nice and light and quick. Not trying to set any records. Here we go. Moving. Now. Nice long stroke. Feel the swing. So front. Feel the change. Keep the arms long. Keep that feeling. Armpits. Legs. Driving the back. Good. you've got the pickup and you've got more speed, awesome. If not, focus the drive, the push, the swing, moving with the flywheel. It's not losing the air, becoming heavy. Up to 22. Now, good. Hang. Good. Long arm. Sitting tall. Sitting forward. Other hand. Core. Acceleration. Around the front. Take the speed. Breathe. Up 2. Now, rhythm. Hang. Metronome. Push. Swing. Seat. Hands. Rhythm. Smooth. Breathe. Ready to change. Now, move free. Breathe. Relax. feet. Body, feet, legs. Hang on to it. Twenty strokes. Carry. Thirty seconds. Tall. Hang. Push. Swing. Nice. Breathe it. Keep moving. Great work, team. It's really hanging towards the end of that. Getting a good push off the front. I felt pretty strong. Strong in the position. Good acceleration. Good flow. Probably wasn't setting up the best. Thought about it a few times. So we'll keep working on it, okay? Keep working on our little points that we've all got to do. Make us go faster. You know, and if you've been doing these for a few weeks now, might not get a huge comparison, but I think we might have done some 5 minutes a week or two ago. So, you know, go back and look at 20s, 22, you know, that one there, see what the comparison was. It might be the same, but, you know, you held it for 5, but previously, now you're doing it for 8. Okay, so this is us going back and evaluating, looking at what we did. Even just a mental picture, you know, like the more we do this, if we do this ideally every day, but 4 or 5 times a week, depending on the season, that you'll notice the change, you know, as you get fitter, as you get used to the workouts, as you get used to finding your flow, finding your rhythm, finding the rating, getting yourself in the position, you know, getting that pickup round the front. The more we do, the better we get, the faster we go, start setting some PBs. That's all we want to do. PBs. PB the shit out of it. That's the idea. So also have a look at that workout too. You know, did you manage to keep your drag as it was? Did you feel like you needed to come down, or did you feel like you needed to go up? Okay. Just really important to get that feel for how you felt personally. You know, if you've started doing 40s and then now you're up to 50s, perfect. Okay, so we'll just reset our screen. Save that into the memory bank. There we go. So we'll just paddle it down. That was a great workout, that. Bit of sweat on the floor. Ideally, have a towel underneath you if you can. If you're on a hard surface, that's fine. Create some puddles. Create a bit of a statement. Say, look at what I've just done. You know, #1 fitness machine in the world. Didn't break you today, might break you tomorrow. So, great workout, guys. That's it from me. If I told you that it was 20 past 11 here now, would you believe me? But it is. There is not enough time in the day to be doing everything these days. Yeah, great. Okay, awesome work, team. That's another power stroke under the belt. We always be trying to do at least one, maybe two of these a week. Yeah, I'm still working on it. Programming stuff, because ultimately, yeah, if you're in the off season, you probably want to do a couple of these a week. You're in the training season, racing season, they come right back. It will just probably be like short 3-minute burst ones, high rate, you know, really just to feel that heaviness of a boat, yeah, or the erg, I should say. And then, yeah, longer stuff like this in off season. So we're in sort of the mid season because I think New Zealand's just finished. I'd say Europe, you're all coming back into it. North America, you're probably just starting to come out of winter as well. So, you know, these are probably ideal for what you're doing right now. Yeah, and they'll just progress as we go along. We used to do these on the water up to race pace. Okay, so we used to do some where you'd be doing up to a minute at sort of 36, 37 rate. Man, they were tough, and the boat just lurched in the water. The bungee cord had water splashing everywhere. We had a sponge, and pretty much after every piece, we'd have to try and sponge as much water out of the boat as we can. But they were fantastic. They're fantastic because it just, that load, even though it's not a huge amount, it's not like lifting weights in the gym. That's the thing you got to remember. You know, lifting weights in the gym builds muscle. Okay, builds muscle, builds the bloody stuff. This builds the strength into the muscle in the rowing format. Okay, that's what we've got to remember. That's the best thing about these power strokes. If you keep form, you know, hopefully you really felt that hang, really good hang off the arms, under the armpits, into the lats while we had the drag up high. And then, of course, and then it feels like it's coming through with the body, okay? So that's building that power in that specific movement. It's not going to build the muscle, very, very minimal, but basically it's just building that resistance so the body gets used to that heaviness. So if you get up and we start really pumping really good power at high rate for, you know, sprint stuff, whether it's 500s or 1000s or whatever we're going to be doing, the body's used to it, and it's like, yeah, I felt like this at 20 rate when I was doing a power stroke, but I'm just doing it at 36 rate, holding a lot more watts, okay? So it's just getting the body used to it. That's the best part about it, and we've nailed it. We've done it for the day. So enjoy, keep subscribing, tell your mates, everything. Revolution, that's what we're starting here. So revolution and indoor rowing. So come along for the ride. Thanks, guys. Peace out. I'm done. Go and have a shower. Too bloody sweaty. It's terrible. Look at that mess on the floor.